Hello, Internet! It's Sean of the p.s.i crew with a brand new video series. That's right, I said video series. One of many, hopefully. This is called Haunted Apps. What is Haunted Apps, you may ask? That's a very good question. Let me answer that for you. How about now? Yes. Haunted Apps is going to be a video series that I'm working on right now that you are watching. See how I'm rambling? uh, Haunted Apps is a video series where I will be taking a look at different programs and different applications that I use to help study the world of the paranormal. Now, a lot of these programs, I don't know if they're very well known to other investigators and maybe ghost hunters and things. So that's why I would like to take a moment and do this and hopefully spread the word out. Because the best thing about paranormal investigation is investigating the things that you find with the tools of the trade, not just your mind. But that's actually a very important tool up there too. So let's get cracking. Our for this first video, we'll be looking at a program called JPEGsnoop. But before I start this video, I want to make it clear that I do not work for the people who made JPEGsnoop, aka Calvin Haas. This is not a paid promotion. I really love the program, and I utilize it in this field very importantly. So let's get cracking. Now you're probably asking yourself, Sean, what the hell's JPEGsnoop? Well, JPEGsnoop is actually an image decoder and analyzer. It actually reports all metadata from an image to see if the image has been altered or messed around with in any kind of way. Now, JPEGsnoop can read JPEG files, AVI files, and PSD files, and a couple other files. Now, the only thing it can't do is read PNGs, from my experience. Hopefully that can be something they can fix in a later update. But it also has the ability to actually recover corrupted JPEG files that have been, I don't know, maybe passed around the internet or just messed up after a while. So there's that too. I mean, there's more positives than negatives with this program. And one of the better things about JPEGsnoop is that it's actually an extension file, so you don't have to actually install it into your computer. So that way, that's hassle-free. I mean, it doesn't take up that much space, and whenever there's a new update for it, the program itself will tell you of its updates, and bam, it's done. Doesn't take any time at all. Now, let's get into the real meat and potatoes here of JPEGsnoop, if we will. So all you have to do is download JPEGsnoop. It will come in the form of a zip file, unzip it, and then extract it to anywhere you want, desktop, folder, whatever. I put mine on my desktop because I use it a lot, and that's it. Double click, run it, and then we will open up a picture. Now, let's see, I will get one from my collection here. Let's see, CDC building. What kind of picture do we want to use? Let's get a picture of the back of my bald head. That works. Okay, click open. Bam, there we go. That's simple. Now, what we're going to be looking at isn't actually in the start of this file right here. It's actually at the bottom. But you can kind of go through and just see, everything, the types of software it uses, and right off the bat, it's going to tell you what kind of camera it was using. And there it is right there, a Sanyo digital camera, and that is the camera that I used. So it's already telling me that that's where it's coming from. What you want to do, scroll all the way down for the last part of the results here. Now, after all that data has been processed, it's going to give it a class. The higher the number of the class is, the more unlikely it's been edited, and the lower the number, say 1, means it has highly been edited. Because for some reason, this doesn't have a lot of the older cameras ready to go, so it won't identify most of them. But usually, if you have a higher number class, it's more rest assured that the photo in question has not been tampered with. Now, as you can see, that this is a class 4 assessment, meaning that it is uncertain if it's been processed or if it is the actual original image. I wonder this maybe because my camera is very old. My Sanyo digital camera, I purchased this in 2004, 2005, I believe so. It's got some years on it, but more newer cameras, JPEGsnoop is able to detect a lot better. But you can go back up just a little bit. Uh, EXIF, that's basically all the data it takes from your picture and compares it to the brands of cameras that it has in its database. As you can see here, Nikon cameras, it has their model, it tells the quality, and then it compares them to different ones, Olympus, Samsung. So it basically goes through this entire list of cameras. And then down here you have Apple Image Framework, which is basically, your iPhones, Androids, whatever. And then down here, and then after it's done comparing cameras, it actually goes into your program. So it sees, so right here you have GIMP, which is a editing software. You have Faststone, Image Recorder, Net, Paint, all that fun stuff. And it could not find any identical matches with it. And then down here it has the histogram of the color, which shows that all this color is the original color. Nothing has been added to, or not, which is pretty good. Now let's take a look at another couple of photos here to show like you can kind of get a difference of what I'm talking about here, if I'm making any sense on top of that. So go to here. Now back to photos. Now, some of these pictures here are actually, I had to re-download these off of my Facebook page, but there's nothing special about them. They were just pictures of when we went to the Bell nursing home. So we'll take a big picture of that, open it up, and as you can see at the start here, there it is, Sanyo digital camera, and all the way at the bottom, another class 4, which is the original picture. Yes. Now let's see here. I now have a couple on here somewhere. Bear with me. Yes, I believe it's this picture right here. Yes. Now this picture I received over Facebook from somebody. And as you can see right off the bat, well, actually, here, let me do this a little bit more easier. Since you were able to see my bald head pretty good, so I'll show you the picture in question right here. This is the picture that was sent to me over Facebook. Looks pretty authentic, doesn't it, guys? Stupid. So, get back into JPEGsnoop. Now, right off the bat, you can already see that it hasn't identified any camera source, unlike my last couple of pictures. Right off the bat. So that's already a red flag to me. Now we'll scroll all the way down to the final analysis. And based on the assessment, it's a class 1 picture, which is probably the lowest you can go in here. And it says straight out, the image is processed and or edited. And as you can see the field, now the closest it came to, it seems that whatever camera was used was an Olympus type camera. Maybe a Sony or maybe even an iPhone. Oh, I'm sorry. Now, as you can see here, the closest that this program think it used for a camera was probably an Olympus or a Sony, but it can't find any real matches to them. Now, right here, Apple Image I/O, which is basically your iPhones, it found a better quality match to it. So, obviously, somebody edited this picture. And then down here at the histogram, you could see just how crazy the levels are. Now, I actually ran this through another program, and what it did was it took out this image right here and showed all the visible light in the picture, and nothing was here, which was another red flag. Now let's see. Let's see if I can find a fake positive, because I know I set this up. Let's see now, say something like this. Oh, okay. Well, let's take one of my YouTube banner. We'll open that up. Now you can already tell that it doesn't say anything about cameras, but it has the marker of Photoshop. Look at that. Bam. Which is how I made my banner. And bam, it's a class 1 image. It's been processed because it's a YouTube banner. And that was JPEGsnoop. It is a fantastic program to use. I love it. I use it all the time. That's what kind of inspired me to make this video. Especially if you're a paranormal investigator or even a ghost hunter, and you're being sent pictures over the internet and you can't really tell if they're real or not. Open that bad boy, send it right in there, and get your answer. Now, I want to make a note about this, that if you were to go on Facebook itself, right click, save to your desktop, any kind of image like that, there might be a small problem with that image. It might think it's processed because basically that original image has to go into Facebook or Image Shack or any kind. It has to go onto a server, so it's going to be less pixelated. It's going to be more compressed. So JPEGsnoop might pick up on that and might think it's just fake right off the bat. So if you have original images, original files from people, perfect. And the camera in question, right here. This is my Sanyo 2005, 2004 camera. I kick on. Hey, you're supposed to kick on. Turn on. There we go. Just takes a little incentive. But yeah, this was the camera used in a lot of those pictures. And it got its model right off the bat. Another camera I do use is my JVC camera. Nice little flip one. I got this back in I think 2008. Very nice quality. Got a little light on it, switch it around, look at stuff. It does have a camera button right here, so that way when you're in the middle of recording, click, and it will. From what I saw on JPEGsnoop with a couple of pictures, I don't have anymore. It got it right off the bat. So I guess that's it. If you want to download JPEGsnoop, the link will be in the description. I highly recommend it. Highly recommend it. It is good and it works. Okay. Well, that's all for now. I have a lot more. I have a lot more planned for down the pipeline here with these videos. So stay tuned throughout the month of October, November, hell, the rest of the year really, and see you on the other side.